story of Ishmael and the 12 tribes that descended from him is one of the lesser-known narratives in the Bible, but it holds great significance for understanding the origins and geographic distribution of various peoples in the Middle East. Ishmael was the firstborn son of the patriarch Abraham, born to Hagar, Abraham's Egyptian handmaid. Though Ishmael was not the son of the covenant promise like his half-brother Isaac, he was still blessed by God and became the father of 12 tribal nations. The account of Ishmael and his descendants is primarily found in the book of Genesis, as well as brief mentions in other biblical books. According to the biblical text, after Ishmael was sent away with his mother Hagar into the wilderness, God promised that he would become the father of a great nation. The Bible then lists the 12 sons of Ishmael and describes the territory they inhabited. Let's begin by looking at the biblical account of Ishmael and the 12 tribes that descended from him. In Genesis 25, we read, "These are the generations of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah's servant, bore to Abraham." These are the names of the sons of Ishmael, named in the order of their birth: Nebaioth, the firstborn of Ishmael, and Kedar, Adbeel, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadad, Tema, Jetah, Naphish, and Kedma. These are the sons of Ishmael, and these are their names, by their villages and by their encampments, 12 princes according to their tribes. Genesis 25 verses 12 to 16. The Bible then goes on to state that Ishmael's descendants lived from Havilah to Shur, which is opposite Egypt in the direction of Assyria. He settled over against all his kinsmen. Genesis 25 verse 18. This provides us with a general geographic region where Ishmael's 12 tribes were located. Now, let's take a closer look at each of the 12 tribal groups and explore where their descendants may have settled based on the biblical data and historical information. The firstborn son of Ishmael was Nebaioth. According to some scholars, the Nabateans, an ancient Arab people who controlled a kingdom in northern Arabia during the Hellenistic and Roman periods, may have been descended from Nebaioth. The Nabateans were known for their sophisticated capital city of Petra, carved into the sandstone cliffs of southern Jordan. They were a wealthy trading people who controlled the lucrative incense and spice routes that passed through their territory. The second son of Ishmael was Kedar. The Kedarites were a nomadic Arab tribal confederation that inhabited the northwestern portion of the Arabian Peninsula, likely in modern-day Saudi Arabia and Jordan. They are mentioned several times in the Bible, often in reference to their skill as archers and their involvement in the ancient spice trade. The third son, Adbeel, is more obscure, but some scholars have tentatively identified his descendants with an Arab tribe known as the Adibra-Linoi, who are mentioned in Assyrian inscriptions as inhabiting the northern Sinai Peninsula and eastern Nile Delta region of Egypt. Mibsam, the fourth son, and Mishma, the fifth, do not have clear identifications in terms of specific tribal groups, though some have associated them with smaller Arab clans in the region. Duma, the sixth son, is often linked with the ancient oasis town of Jumat ul-Jandal, located in modern-day northwestern Saudi Arabia. This town, also known as Al-Jawf, was an important staging post on the ancient caravan routes. Massa, the seventh son, may be connected to the Masash Tai, a confederation of nomadic Iranian tribes that inhabited parts of Central Asia, including modern-day Turkmenistan and Kazakhstan. However, this identification is not certain. Hadad, the eighth son, is sometimes associated with the Hadramaut region of southern Arabia, modern-day Yemen, which was home to an ancient civilization and kingdom. Tema, the ninth son, is almost certainly linked to the ancient oasis town of Tema, located in northwestern Saudi Arabia. This settlement was an important trading hub on the incense route. Jetah, the 10th son, is believed to be the ancestor of the Achurians, an Arab people who inhabited the region of modern-day southern Syria and northern Jordan during the Hellenistic and Roman periods. The 11th son, Naphish, is more obscure, but some scholars have tentatively associated him with the Nafasi, an Arab tribe mentioned in Assyrian inscriptions as living in the vicinity of the Transjordan region. Finally, Kedma, the 12th son, may have been the progenitor of Arab tribes that inhabited the eastern fringes of the Arabian Peninsula, possibly in modern-day Oman or the United Arab Emirates. It's important to note that the identifications of these tribal groups are not always certain, and there is ongoing scholarly debate and research to try to pinpoint the exact locations and descendants of Ishmael's 12 sons. The biblical information provides a general framework, but the specific tribal affiliations and migrations over time can be difficult to trace with absolute certainty. Nevertheless, the broad picture that emerges from the biblical text and historical sources is that Ishmael's descendants spread out across a vast territory, ranging from the northern Sinai Peninsula, through the Arabian Peninsula, and as far east as Central Asia. They established themselves as nomadic and semi-nomadic Arab tribes, many of whom played important roles in the ancient trade networks and political developments of the region. It's fascinating to consider how the story of Ishmael and his 12 tribes has continued to resonate throughout history and into the present day. Many of the modern-day Arab peoples of the Middle East, from the Gulf states to the Levant, can trace their origins back to these biblical figures. For example, the Bedouin tribes of the Arabian Peninsula, known for their traditional nomadic lifestyle, are believed to be descendants of some of Ishmael's tribal groups. The Nabateans, who built the spectacular city of Petra, are also thought to have Ishmaelite roots. Even the Prophet Muhammad, the founder of Islam, is believed to have been a descendant of Ishmael through the line of the Quraysh tribe. So, while the 12 tribes of Ishmael may not be as well known as the 12 tribes of Israel, their legacy has had a profound and lasting impact on the history, culture, and religious traditions of the Middle East. Understanding this biblical narrative can provide valuable insights into the complex ethnic and geopolitical landscape of the region, both in ancient times and in the modern era. As we continue to explore the story of Ishmael and his descendants, it's important to remember that this is not just a dry, historical account, but a narrative that has deeply shaped the lives and identities of countless people over the millennia. The 12 tribes of Ishmael are not just names on a page, but represent vibrant, living cultures that have endured and evolved, playing a crucial role in shaping the story of the Middle East. In many ways, the story of Ishmael and his 12 tribes is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the human spirit. Despite being sent away into the wilderness, Ishmael and his descendants were able to thrive and establish themselves as influential players in the ancient world. Their story is a reminder that even in the face of adversity, God's blessings and promises can still find fulfillment. As we delve deeper into this topic, we'll explore not only the biblical narrative but also the historical and archaeological evidence that sheds light on the ongoing legacy of Ishmael's 12 tribes. We'll examine how their migrations and interactions with other ancient peoples have left an indelible mark on the region, and how their influence continues to be felt in the modern Middle East. So, join me as we embark on a journey to uncover the fascinating story of the 12 tribes of Ishmael, where they lived, how they shaped the course of history, and the lasting impact they have had on the world.